Hello guys, today let us learn multiple integrals. This is part 1 of multiple integrals. Let us deal with the double integrals. Let us focus on the Fubini's theorem. This is its first form. You can see if f of x comma y is a continuous function on a rectangular region R described by a lesser equal x lesser equal b, comma c lesser equal y lesser equal d, then double integral over the region R f of x comma y dA is equal to, what I mean by this, double integral over R f of x comma y with respect to the surface element dA. So that can be written as integration from C to D, integration from A to B, f of x comma y dx dy. So you are observing that the inner integral has limits of x variable and the outer integral has limits of y variable. Is the same as integration from A to B, integration from C to D, f of x comma y dy dx. So here you observe the outer limits of integration are of x variable and the inner ones are for y variable. So what you observe here, that there is equality. What this equality means, the double integral can be written as the iterated limit. These are iterated limits. Either you integrate first with respect to x and then outside with respect to y, or first you integrate with respect to y and then outside with respect to x, the value remains the same. You get the same answer. This is the Fubini's theorem. So what it means is the double integrals over rectangles can be calculated as iterated integrals. Iterated means one after the other. Now let us deal with one example. Question 1. Evaluate double integral over R f of x comma y dA, where f of x comma y is equal to 4 minus y square and the region R is described as 0 lesser equal x lesser equal 3, 0 lesser equal y lesser equal 2. So let us try to solve it. We have written down f, then we have written down the region. So here you can see the rectangle capital R. You can see the x variable is bounded by 0 and 3. Y variable is bounded by 0 and 2. In the graph, you can see mistakenly it was taken y from 0 to 3, but by the cross checks, that is the thing cut from the actual region. Actual region is y varying from 0 to 2, which is simply given by the slanted line, and x varying from 0 to 3. Hope you'll understand. Now consider double integral over R f of x comma y dA is equal to, let us go by iterated limit. So outer limit, let me take y, integration from y equal to 0 to 2. Inner one, integration from x equal to 0 to 3. Let us write the value of f, that is 4 minus y square. Inner one is dx, outer one is dy. So that is equal to integration from y equal to 0 to 2. So you have already integrated here. So integration with respect to x. So this being constant, it becomes 4x. Minus y square is constant for x, so it becomes x into y square, and the limits are for x from 0 to 3. Now let us put the limit. So what happens is, if I put the limit, you can see outer integral is as it is, we didn't touch it. Inside, the upper limit becomes 4 3 is 12 minus 3y square, and minus the lower limit, both ways you have x, so the value goes to 0, so minus 0, and outside dy as it is. Now this is equal to, we are now integrating this, integration of 12 becomes 12y minus 3 times, it was y square, 3 as it is, and y cube by 3. So these 3's get cancelled, and what you have is 12y minus y cube only, and the limit varies from y equal to 0 to 2. Let us put the value. So this becomes 12 2's are, so 24, and minus 2 cube meaning 8. This is the upper limit, minus lower limit will be 0 in both the cases. So the value becomes 16. So outer integration with respect to y and inner integration with respect to x has given us the value of the integral as 16. Now let us reverse the order of integration. So consider double integral over r f of x comma y dA is equal to, now outer integral is varying from x equal to 0 to 3, it is with respect to x. Inner one is with respect to y, so y equal to 0 to 2. Function is 4 minus y square dy dx equal to integration from x equal to 0 to 3. We integrated 4 with respect to y, which is 4y, minus integration of y square becomes y cube by 3, and the limits are y equal to 0 to y equal to 2 outside dx. Now let us integrate with respect to x. But before that, we calculate the limits. This becomes 4 2 is 8 minus 2 cube by 3, so 8 by 3. This is the upper limit, minus the lower limit is 0, so the term becomes 0, equal to, we got 8 minus 8 by 3 means 16 by 3, and we are integrating it with respect to x from 0 to 3, which becomes 16 by 3x within 0 to 3, which is equal to 16 by 3 multiplied by 3 minus 0 is equal to 16. So the answer is 16, same as the earlier answer. Alright, now let us move to the second question. Second question is evaluate integration from 0 to 3, integration from minus 2 to 0, x square y minus 2xy dy dx. Now all of you are watching that the limits are constant limits. So it's a kind of rectangle over which we are integrating. So very naturally the sequence is given over here. First you have to go with respect to y and then with respect to x. So let us solve it. So you can see we have written it as outer integral with respect to x. X varies from 0 to 3. Y varies from minus 2 to 0. Integrand is written and the order is written. Inner one is dy, outer one is dx. Now we are integrating it. So integration with respect to y, what it gives? Outer we have kept as it is. With respect to y, it becomes y square by 2. Its coefficient is x square. And the coefficient 2x is kept as it is. Integration of y is y square by 2. 2's get cancelled. And the limits of integration are lower limit minus 2, upper limit 0. Okay. Now let us calculate the value. Outer integral varying from x varying from 0 to 3. The upper limit is 0, so the value goes to 0, minus the lower limit. We are putting the value of y as minus 2. It being square, it becomes plus. So 4x square by 2 minus it becomes 4x. and now we have just to integrate with respect to the single variable x. Let us rewrite the integrand. So the positive term 4x we have taken first, and then minus 2x square, and integration is with respect to x from 0 to 3. Now the integration is 4 times x square by 2 minus 2 times x cube by 3. 2's get cancelled and we are left with 2 2's are 4. 2x square is there, and this is 2x cube by 3. And the variable being single variable, we have just written 0 to 3. Now if I put the upper limit, what I get is 3 square is 9. So twice 9 minus twice 27. 3 cube is 27 upon 3. So cancellation gives you a 9, and 2 into 9 minus 2 into 9, that becomes a 0. Upper limit is 0 and lower limit is again 0. So answer is 0. Now we reverse the order of integration. So the integral is once again written over there, and we are interchanging the order of integration. Outer integration is with respect to y, inner one is with respect to x here. Integrand is shown and the order dx dy. Okay. Now let us first integrate with respect to x. So if I integrate with respect to x, what happens? This becomes x cube by 3 into coefficient y as it is minus 2y as it is, and integration of x is x square by 2. The limits of x are shown. Lower limit is 0, upper limit is 3, and the outer integration is with respect to y, yet to be calculated. Okay. Now we are putting the value of x as 3 cube by 3 y minus 3 square y dy. So 3 cube upon 3, what will happen? It will be 3 square y. So 3 square y minus 3 square y becomes a 0. So before calculating the outer limit, the integrand has turned 0. So automatically the answer becomes 0. So in both ways, direct integration and reversing the order of integration, we are getting the same answer as 0. Now question number 3. Evaluate integration from 0 to 2, integration from 0 to 4, y cube e raised to 2x dy dx. So here also let us see what happens, because the limits are constant. If we reverse the order of integration, do we get the same answer? So let us check it. So first we directly integrate. Since they have given us dy dx, so the inner integration is with respect to y and the outer one is with respect to x. So outer we have written integration from x equal to 0 to 2. Inner we have written integration from y equal to 0 to 4. Y cube e raised to 2x dy dx equal to. Now let us integrate the inner integral. Outer integration from x equal to 0 to 2 is as it is. Now integration of y cube becomes y raised to 4 by 4. And this e raised to 2x does not contain any y. So it being a constant, we have kept it out. And limits of y are from 0 to 4. Then let us put the limits. If we put the limits, it is 4 raised to 4 minus 0. And the division by 4, I mean 1 by 4, we have taken it out. Upon 4 we have taken it out. And inside we are having upper limit as 4 raised to 4. The lower limit is 0. And this e raised to 2x is as it is. And yet we have to calculate the outer integral. Now This value 4 raised to 4 upon 4 goes to 4 cube, and being a constant we have taken it out of the integral, and this integration is from 0 to 2 with respect to x. Integrand is e raised to 2x only. Let us integrate it. So it becomes e raised to 2x by 2 within the limits x equal to 0 to x equal to 2 as you are watching. And 4 cube we have written 64. So now it becomes 64 by 2 meaning 32. Upper limit of x is 2, so it becomes e raised to 4, minus lower limit is x equal to 0, so it is e raised to 0, which we can write as 1. So the answer is 32 times e raised to 4 minus 1. 32 times e raised to 4 minus 1. So this is the answer. Now let us reverse the order of integration. Outer integration is with respect to y, varying from 0 to 4. Inner one is with respect to x, varying from 0 to 2. And the integrand is the same, y cube e raised to 2x. And the order of integration should be dx dy, which if I don't mention doesn't matter because the order of integration is given by the integral sign. Now this is equal to, let us first integrate with respect to x. So what has happened? Outer integral as it is, y cube is constant, so we have kept it as it is. Integration of e raised to 2x is e raised to 2x upon 2. And the limits of x are from x equal to 0 to x equal to 2 and outer dy as it is. What next we observe is, this half we have taken out, y cube is as it is. The upper limit is x equal to 2, so it becomes e raised to 4, minus the lower limit is e raised to 0, that is e raised to 0, and outside we are having dy. Further, the value of e raised to 0 we have put as 1. So as you are observing, this value remains as it is. Half e raised to 4 minus 1 remains as it is. And integration of y cube we have written y raised to 4 upon 4, the limits lying between 0 to 4. And if I put the value, it becomes, this upon 4 we have taken out, it becomes 1 by 8. This e raised to 4 minus 1 as it is. And now we put the limits. Upper limit is y equal to 4, so it becomes 4 raised to 4, minus the lower limit being 0, it becomes 0. So 4 raised to 4, I have written 4 into 4 into 4 into 4. There was 1 by 8, and this is e raised to 4 minus 1. So 4 cancels with this. We are getting 4 into 4 into 2 in the numerator. So 16 2s are 32. And in bracket you are having e raised to 4 minus 1. So you got the same answer as the previous one. So Fubini's theorem is verified here. Now for the next example, I require the formula for integration of logarithm. So let us have a note here. Note, integration of log of a plus x dx. To calculate integration of log, we always multiply this by 1 and we use the integration by parts theorem. So assume that we are multiplying here by 1. So what will happen? The first function we keep as it is, multiplied by integration of second function, which is 1, minus integration of the second function into derivative of the first function. Now we all know that here the derivative and this particular integration get cancelled, and that is our requirement. So what we will do is, integration of 1 we will write in terms of a plus x, not only x, but we will write it as a plus x, because if you differentiate a plus x, what is going to happen? Derivative of a is 0, derivative of x is 1, so you are getting back 1 here. So instead of writing the integration of 1 as x, we write integration of 1 as a plus x as per our requirement. So what has happened? A plus x times log of a plus x minus integration. We have written this value as a plus x, and derivative of this log of a plus x is 1 upon a plus x dx. So you observe this a plus x gets cancelled and you are left only with integration of 1 dx. First term as it is, a plus x times log of a plus x and minus this integration, that is a plus x. So what is my result? Integration of log of a plus x dx is equal to a plus x times log of a plus x minus a plus x. Question 4. Evaluate double integral over r 1 upon 1 plus x plus y dA over r equal to closed interval 1 comma 3 cross closed interval 1 comma 2. So closed interval 1 comma 3 cross closed interval 1 comma 2 is a rectangle. So let us solve it. Consider double integral over r dA upon 1 plus x plus y. So let us adjust outer integral as y equal to 1 to 2, inner integral x equal to 1 to 3, 1 upon 1 plus x plus y, inner integral is x, so dx, outer one dy. Now when you are integrating with respect to x, 1 plus y is a constant. So let us go ahead. We use the formula. It becomes log of 1 plus x plus y. Limits of x vary from x equal to 1 to x equal to 3. Outer integral as it is. Now let us substitute the value. Outer integral as it is. Upper limit is log of 1 plus x plus 1 plus value of x is 3 plus y. So it becomes 4 plus y. Minus lower limit log of 1 plus y, that is 2 plus y. Now let us integrate. So the formula for integration again we are using. So it becomes 4 plus y log of 4 plus y minus 4 plus y. This is the integration of log of 4 plus y. Limits from y equal to 1 to y equal to 2. And the integration of log of 2 plus y is written as 2 plus y times log of 2 plus y minus 2 plus y, and the limit varies from y equal to 1 to y equal to 2. Next, let us put the upper limit. Value of y we are putting 2. So it becomes 6 log 6 minus 6 minus lower limit 5 log 5 minus 5 minus, now the second integral, the value of y we are putting as 2, so it becomes 4 log 4 minus 4 minus the lower limit y we are putting as 1, so it becomes 3 log 3 minus 3. Now let us evaluate it. So we use laws of logarithm. So 6 log 6 we are writing as log of 6 raised to 6. Now there is minus sign. 5 log 5 we have written log of 5 raised to 5. Then again you have minus 4 times log 4, so log of 4 raised to 4, and there is minus 3 log 3 that we are writing as log of 3 raised to 3. Now the constants, there is minus 6, minus minus plus 5, then you have minus minus plus 4, and minus minus and minus, it becomes minus 3. So minus 6 minus 3 is minus 9, 5 plus 4 is 9, 9 minus 9 goes off. You are simply left with log log terms. We use laws of logarithm. So this becomes log of 6 raised to 6 into 3 raised to 3. Those which are having plus sign, we take them in multiplication. Those we have minus sign, they are in the denominator. Now we try to express them as powers of 2, 3 and 5. So this becomes 2 3s are 6. So this is 2 raised to 6 into 3 raised to 6. And 3 raised to 3 as it is. In the denominator you are having 5 raised to 5 and this 4 we are writing as 2 square. So it becomes 2 raised to 2 4s are 8. Now after cancellation 2 raised to 6 cancels with 2 raised to 6 here and we are left with 2 square. So what we are having is 3 raised to 9 upon 5 raised to 5 into 2 raised to 2, which I can write now as 9 log 3 minus 5 log 5 minus 2 log 2. So simply rules of logarithm we are using. Now let us deal with another example. Question number 5. Show that integration from 0 to pi by 2 sin 2x into cos 3y dx dy equal to 0. Again we have to use the formula for sin into cos. So sin A into cos B, let us recall. It is half sin of A plus B plus sin of A minus B. Let us use it here. So sin 2x into cos 3y is half of sin 2x plus 3y plus sin of 2x minus 3y. Now using this let us integrate. So consider integration from y equal to 0 to pi, integration from x equal to 0 to pi by 2 sin 2x into cos 3y dx dy. We are following the order of integration here. Outer integral is from y equal to 0 to pi. Inner integral is from x equal to 0 to pi by 2. And let us use our rule. So this is half sin of 2x plus 3y plus sin of 2x minus 3y. This is dx dy. Now this is equal to integration from y equal to 0 to pi, half as it is, and integration of sin is minus cos, and inside there is 2x, so divided by 2. So what we got? Minus cos of 2x plus 3y upon 2. Similarly here, minus cos of 2x minus 3y upon 2. Value of x varies from 0 to pi by 2. Outer limit with respect to y as it is. What next? So this is equal to minus 1 by 2 into 2 I have taken out. Now this is integration from 0 to pi. Cos pi plus 3y, because we are putting the upper limit pi by 2. Pi by 2 into 2 is pi. Pi plus 3y plus cos of pi minus 3y. Lower limit if I put x is 0, so it becomes cos 3y minus cos of minus 3y. But cos is even function. It being even function, what will happen is cos of minus theta is cos theta. So what this gives us? This is minus 1 by 4 integration from 0 to pi. This is minus cos 3y, because cos of pi plus theta is minus cos theta. And cos of pi minus theta is also minus cos theta. So we got this. So 4 times we are getting the same value. So we wrote 4 into 4 gets cancelled, and this is minus minus gets cancelled. Integration from y equal to 0 to pi cos 3y dy. It becomes sin 3y upon 3, limits between 0 to pi. But we know that sin integral pi is 0, sin 0 is 0. So the answer goes to 0. Hence the proof.